I
Yeah,
think City
because
fans should be more excited about Koulibaly coming in rather than Messi coming in. Because with Ake and
Exactly. The
Koulibaly,
the the thing we most want in the defense, actually, the thing we are most vulnerable at.
All right.
We want Koulibaly to come, but the deal is getting elongated and elongated and elongated. Don't know when will happen that.
All right.
long
So,
elongated
but
deals are same as like the VAR decisions that takes too long. Eventually, you know that it's not gonna go your way.
yeah, man, VAR is so shitty. Never mind.
Yeah, man. I hate long elongated decisions and this crap going on, man.
so
But 50
another
million,
thing.
but
Yeah.
50 million for Nathan Ake, I don't think that is a very good deal that City made.
Yeah,
But then
coming
City
to that, but
can and will overspend anywhere they see.
yeah, if Barca can overspend on Dembele, right, that's a
Oh,
fair
yeah.
deal for City. And
I saw a really good joke about that the Dembele every time Dembele comes out of the hospital, he is received by a new coach
yeah,
at Barcelona.
that's a good
So
one.
that was really cracking.
All right, so I have a question. Messi without Barcelona and Ronaldo without, like Barca without Messi and Real Madrid without Ronaldo. Which one is worse?
Hands
I
down,
guess
Barca.
that's a bit of unfair question because
Yeah,
the time when Ronaldo left, I mean Real just finished their hat trick of winning the UCL, and the time when Messi left, their team just had an horrific defeat in their history against Bayern. So
No,
that
not in
time
the history.
comparison
It
is
was
a
last
bit
in 1946. So it has been,
11-1, 11-1
yeah,
back
something
then.
like that. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was in La Liga.
So I mean some goal difference which Barcelona players and Barca fans are not used to often.
Yes,
So that's the time
but the
is something
main
that is there.
here I
Yep.
want to talk about it is, suppose like when Ronaldo left, the talent that was in Madrid, and now when Messi is leaving, the talent that is there in Barca, I think Barca wins with Coutinho there,
No,
with Griezmann there, with Ansu Fati there, with
it's
De Jong.
it's like the same age old debate like putting 11 top class players in a single team doesn't make you win a match. Is the environment of the dressing room that does.
Yes, I agree absolutely.
Barca had a
Moreover,
kind of not pleasant dressing room.
Yes, absolutely. But do you feel and do you think those players have been utilized to their fullest?
even
Coutinho,
even
Griezmann.
even talent wise, I'd say that Real Madrid was way ahead because we can see a midfield of Cruz, Modric, and Casemiro still running and going really fine. They won the league
Okay.
together.
Yeah, that's a
Defense
fair
being
point.
really good. Defense being really good. Courtois settling in. So Real Madrid has been really up for the mark and for the grabs, and and moreover, Real Madrid has always done this. They make big money transfers. They bring big players that Barca doesn't do generally. Barca is somewhat of a club that like brings players from the academy and nourishes players. So that is not happening at Barca right now, and they are not looking for big signings as well.
How do you explain that Barca doesn't do big money signings when they have Dembele, Coutinho, and Griezmann back to
After
back?
Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann, before Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann, and other than Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann, there's not been really big money transfers. And if there has been big money transfer, it
Neymar.
has not been very successful.
But talking about youngsters being promoted, so does Real Madrid. You see the likes of Rodrigo, Vinicius, everywhere
But
Odegaard.
then
else.
yeah, but Vinicius is like a 50 million year 16 50 million 16-year-old, right? So
Yeah.
they bought the players, they put them into a good place, and now they are nourishing them that way. So they're still bringing in players, they're still making big signings. They're bringing in Hazard in place to replace Ronaldo. They're still bringing in great players. What are Barcelona's plan if Messi leaves? Who is going to substitute that gap?
That gap won't be filled, but I think with the players that they have at the Arsenal, I think they will pull it through. I
Yeah,
think so. I
with
might be
more
wrong.
game time, they will nourish.
Yes, I might be wrong, but if a team where there is not a one single player on whom you're depending on, and that team actually plays as a team, and I don't want to brag about it, but then what Bayern Munich did, they played as a team. The defense of Bayern Munich did not look really good, even in the finals or even in a few matches. But then they, as a team, they fought it out. And same goes for Real Madrid in the La Liga campaign this season. They played as a team.
No,
They like solely did not depend upon
that
Ronaldo
puts,
or like
the thing that puts Barcelona in the backstep is at right now, Barcelona has more things to address other than Messi leaving the club. And that's the main problem. The same problem that Man United faced when Ferguson left. They had more problems to cater to rather than filling up the Ferguson's place. So that's why they took time to come back to where they actually were. So that's the
Right.
same problem happening with Barcelona. You must take a decision like this when you are comfortable, when you know that the rest of the things are settled. That's the only decision I must focus on. So, I mean, whatever could wrong have gone wrong for Barcelona in this season.
All right. So, do you think Barcelona might become the next AC Milan? Might be. I think it might be if they don't start using their brains soon enough.
Nah,
The
man,
boat
AC
is not up to the mark as well.
Yeah. I mean, AC Milan made too many horrific decisions. I'm sure Barcelona won't be doing that. But you need to make quick changes, quick and reliable changes, rather than just catering to the problem for like short-term solutions. So let's see, because to me personally, they hurried a bit on the decision of making the coach. Because for me, there were more valuable coaches for this particular Barca team than Koeman right there. So maybe it will work out, but chances seems dim.
All right. So people are blaming Bartomeu at probably every second. There is a tweet where Bartomeu is harassed or something like that. Do you think Bartomeu has like it's everything to do with Bartomeu? What happened in the club at the moment, or at
Somebody needs to
some
play the role
degree?
of devil's advocate. Somebody needs to play the role of devil's advocate. And the aggression that Bartomeu is facing right now is coming max from the Barca fans itself.
Yeah.
Because this is not the only bad decision he has made. It's a string of several bad decisions, starting from Malcolm, ending with the swap of Janic
Pjanic.
and
Yeah.
who's that player
Arthur Melo.
from Arthur Melo. That was horrific. So it is the string of wrong decisions that accumulate to this particular situation right now. So yeah, it's the decision. Even with the appointment of this ex-Barcelona coach who just got recently sacked. So everything accumulated and this was deserving. I mean, every good story has an end. Maybe it's time to step down.
All right. So Bartomeu has already said that if Messi publicly says that it's because of Bartomeu, then he's going to step down, and then Messi will not leave Barcelona. So do you think that's a Jedi mind trick that he's playing at the moment, and like getting it all over to Messi, and then when Messi leaves, he will have the strength to say that I gave him an option, he didn't take it. I was willing to step down, but no.
For me personally, if Messi is doing all this just to get Bartomeu off throne, then that's the most silly tactics I will ever see from any world-class player like him. And what I am hearing is he's doing to win trophies because he is not literally buying into Koeman's tactics. Whatever he is like throwing away all Barcelona players all over the place, literally. So he's playing here for about more than 19 or 20 years. So he knows what can make a team win a trophy, and maybe he's not sensing that, and he's maybe has 2 or 3 years more. So it's time to get into some other team, win something, and sign off in a huge way. So if that's his plan, then he must be already been moving, because I've been hearing rumors that even if Bartomeu steps down, so Messi will be leaving the club.
All right.
So let's see if it happens. But I'm really interested in the way Barcelona deals with all this, because I heard that they are sticking to that condition of the club has to be 700 million. So let's see what happens.
Now, an interesting question for both the Manchester fans. One, let's start with Avik Das. Uh, if Messi comes and maybe four of your players leave, then would you accept it? Four of your players, as in Garcia, Mahrez, and then there were four players linked with this transfer: Gabriel Jesus and
Jesus,
Bernardo Silva.
What
Garcia,
about
Zinchenko, and Stones too, I guess.
No, not Zinchenko and Stones. These are the four players. So would you like be okay with the fact that a 33-year-old Messi is coming up, who is maximum can be at the top for 3 years at max, maybe two, and giving away young talents like that? Are you okay with it?
No, I will not agree to the fact because Messi comes. Messi is a great player, I know, but the age game is strong, and after 1 to 2 years, that Messi will just be will not be at its peak. So it's not the right decision. And swapping four players, for our game-changing players, Jesus performed very well in UCL. Mahrez is always a game maker, and Garcia as a young prospect, he's very good player. So swapping such four young players instead of Messi, I think it's not a done deal. Yeah, Messi, if Messi comes by the swapping of say only Garcia or only Jesus, it's okay. But swapping four young prospects instead of Messi, I think it's not a done deal. To me personally, I guess.
All right. What do you think, Nishant Shah?
See, four players. But then, as Avik said, I would like to correct you that one player plus money for Messi will not be enough.
Right.
So that is like a ground like a deal breaker.
Yeah, so I read this article, so that's why I'm coming up with this question, and I want to ask directly.
Yeah, but still, like four players for Messi, like they will be completely increasing their squad age, overall squad age, because everybody in that on those four is either 26, 27 or below. So that is like losing a lot of your future.
Right.
And Messi coming in, see, Messi coming in will always give you like trophies. So it's a chance. Like you want a couple of years of absolute glory or
Want a
a long
long-term
term of
celebration.
dominance. Yeah.
All right.
So I think Pep Guardiola and Messi will go with not signing Messi, but then we'll still have to see what happens.
All right. So now the question is directed to specifically to Nishant Shah, which is, if by any chance Messi comes to United, where does he play? At what position do you think he will be deployed?
The bench, bro.
Bench. Did you really say that?
Did I start?
maybe Lingard would be brought on before Messi.
Yeah, I've been I've been reading up on rumors where United offered Lingard for Messi. So, is that a viable transfer according to you?
According to any whom
Those are glitches.
is that a
Those are
viable
not rumors,
transfer?
those are glitches.
A player who scored one goal in
according
2
to
seasons.
According to whom is that a viable option?
According to you.
No, it cannot be, man. We don't want Jesse Lingard on the bench as well. So
Okay, you want him completely out. That's fair.
yeah, we will give him to Barcelona for free, like as a Messi exchange.
All right, so
Squad player to squad player.
So we have been discussing all the transfers and rumors and the done deals at the moment. So can we all cumulatively say that Chelsea wins in this transfer window?
It's still a long way to go. I mean, it's ending on 6th of October. A lot of drama is yet to come. And
That's
to
also
be very specific, in Premier League, the actual transfer happens on the deadline day. You pick out any big players, they have all signed in the deadline day. You pick out Pulisic, you pick out Aubameyang, you pick out Harry Maguire. They've all signed on the deadline day. So you never know what's going to happen. You might see Oba leaving, man. Never know.
Yeah, this is a question I want to ask you. Do you think there might be a issue when it comes to signing Oba? Because I've been hearing that Oba wants Dembele in the team in order to like go forward. I've read that. I'm not sure if it's a legit article or not.
No, it's actually a lot of things involved in here because of the involvement of the signing of Thomas Partey. Because Thomas, we first offered Guendouzi plus 30 million for Thomas Partey, but Atletico Madrid was still on wanting Alex Lacazette, which we stole from them back on those days when they had the transfer ban. So, so if Alex Lacazette goes, so that brawl of going on between Laka and Oba is going to break. So Oba needs someone. So that will be preferably Dembele. So, but yet, for me personally, the deal I feel it's done. It's like we may be planning to release a good video on him because he has been the most top class player in Arsenal over the last maybe 5 years. So for me, and many of our Arsenal legends have been tweeting him, in contact with him, and he has been very positive on with them. So let's see. And we have a good feel about Arteta and Edu, considering Raul Sanelli has finally left. So yeah, so it's like bringing back the old Wenger era where Wenger used to sit and do all the deals. So yes, here in the Arteta is Gabriel. The Gabriel deal was cracked because mainly of Arteta, because there was Liverpool, Man United. No, Man United was not. There was Liverpool, Chelsea who were in the hunt, but we managed to steal the show. So let's hope that things go well.
Okay, so before we finish, last thing I want to ask from you is a few words on the future of Ozil.
To me,
Yeah.
few words. I'll give just one word, man. Thank you. I mean, you have given us 3 good years. I personally am grateful. I was a big fan of Ozil, but the gameplay has changed. Everything has changed. There's a huge gap between the when Ozil signed in and the style of play that we are buying into. So, I mean, if it was only one manager, that problem with Unai Emery, I would have taken that. But it's Unai Emery, Freddie Ljungberg, Mikel Arteta who has left out Ozil from their squad and their plan. So it's time to move to MLS, bro.
All right. So it's been a good session. We have covered most of the transfer, and many more is yet to come. We'll keep on updating. And till then, we'll see you in the next episode of the Football Clubhouse.